are going to discuss about the network theorems in the electric circuit subject. There are 5 theorems given in the GATE syllabus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 theorems. What are the theorems given in the syllabus? First one is superposition theorem. Second one is Thevenin's theorem. Third one is Norton's theorem. Fourth one is maximum power transfer theorem. And last one is reciprocity theorem. Okay. So let me discuss one by one. First, let me discuss about the basic concepts of superposition theorem. So before that, we have to know what is the use of theorems. These theorems or the methods is nothing but a methods to analyze the response. Analyze the response of a network which contains multiple sources. So, analyze the response. Response may be of voltage or current. Okay. So, we can find the response by replacing multiple sources to single source. So, for the replacement, these are the theorems. We can use superposition, Thevenin's, Norton's, maximum power transfer theorem to analyze the response by replacing multiple sources into single source. So, here first I will discuss for the superposition principle. So, by using superposition principle, we can find the response that is equal to sum of individual responses. Sum of individual response. This individual response is nothing but a response of a circuit if one source is acting alone. If a circuit contains many of the sources, 2 or more sources means first one source is applied and we can find the current or voltage, and then next source is applied, we can find the current or voltage, and then sum of that individual responses, that is equal to response of a total circuit. This is the superposition principle. So, here for the independent sources, circuit which contains only the independent sources, we can find the response. Individual response means only one source is applied and we can find the response. That is the individual response. So, here for the independent source, if a network contains independent sources alone means we can short circuit the voltage source other than one source, and we can open circuit the current source other than one source, and we can find the individual response. Okay. It is given as 2I, that means it depends on the current I value. Current I may pass through any resistance terminals. Dependent current source is given as like this, will be given as like this. So it may, if it is, for example, if it is 2Vx means it will be dependent on some voltage at node X. Okay, this we know. If a circuit contains only the dependent source, means we cannot apply the superposition principle to find the response. At that time, the response will be equal to 0. If a circuit contains dependent source and independent source means we can find the current, but all the voltages cannot be short circuited. Only the independent source can be short circuited and open circuited. Dependent source cannot be short circuited and open circuited because it depends on the other conditions of the circuit. Okay. So, if only dependent source means the response 0. It is not applicable. The superposition principle is not applicable. This is the basic concept of superposition theorem. Next one is Thevenin's theorem. So, Thevenin's theorem is to analyze the response by replacing multiple sources into a single voltage source in series with an equivalent resistance, which is called as R Thevenin, that is Thevenin's resistance, and this voltage is, single voltage is Thevenin's voltage. which is connected to the load terminals. So this is load terminals. Okay, connected to the load terminals. So this is the Thevenin's equivalent. We have to find the Thevenin's voltage and Thevenin's resistance. So to find Thevenin's resistance, all the voltage source should be short circuited and all the current sources can be open circuited, and we can find the RThevenin by looking back through the given terminals. Okay, so this is applicable for only the independent source. So Norton's also, these three theorems are interrelated. Norton's also, it is to analyze the response by replacing all the sources into a single current source in parallel with the Norton's resistance, equivalent resistance, that is called Norton's resistance, which is connected across the load terminals. Okay, so here Rn is nothing but RThevenin only. This is also looking back through terminals resistance. So In is Norton's current, which is nothing but short circuit terminals. So if the load terminals are given, means that load terminals can be short circuited, and we can find the short circuit current by using nodal analysis or by using mesh analysis. Or other method, this In is nothing but Thevenin's voltage by RTh, Thevenin's resistance only. So this formula also we can use to find out the Norton's current. Okay, so these Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem are interrelated only. Okay, so this is for independent sources. If a network contains dependent source means for both the Norton's theorem and Thevenin's theorem. Dependent source means we cannot find the RTh directly by looking back through the terminals. We have to use this formula, that is RTh equal to VTh by ISC. That means IN, short circuit current, Norton's current. VThevenin's by ISC. If the circuit contains dependent source, we have to use this formula to find out resistance, Thevenin's resistance. Okay, so this is the basic concept of Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. And next one, maximum power transfer theorem. So for the maximum power transfer theorem, it is to analyze the value of load resistance. Analyze the value of load resistance which attains maximum power in the network. If a network attains maximum power, means the efficiency will get 50% for the network. So this is the advantage for obtaining the maximum power. Okay, so for DC network, this RL should be equal to RS value. RS is nothing but Thevenin's resistance voltage. So for applying maximum power transfer theorem also, we have to find the Thevenin's impedance, that is source impedance, other than the load terminals. Okay, so RL value should be equal to source impedance. Source impedance, if the value is equal, means it attains the maximum power in the DC network. For AC network, this RL equal to root of Z Thevenin square, that is equal to real part plus imaginary part square. Okay, so this is for AC network. So this is the basic concept of maximum power transfer theorem. So these four theorems are given under the electrical engineering code. This reciprocity theorem, last theorem, this reciprocity theorem is given in the syllabus for EC code and IN code, that is electronics and communication and instrumentation code. So let me study. So here, so this one is for the reciprocity theorem, the ratio of excitation to response is constant. That means the response will be equal even if the position of the given source, that is position of excitation and response, are interchanged. If the position of given source and the response branch. If you want to find the current passing through the resistance, means that resistance branch and the given voltage source, if the position are interchanged also, the response will be equal only. Okay, so the ratio of excitation and response, that is equal. The circuit or network which satisfies this reciprocity theorem, that is called as reciprocal networks. And this theorem is not applicable for the dependent sources. If a circuit contains any dependent source, it cannot be applicable. So that's all about the introduction of the theorems. In the upcoming videos, we will solve some problems based on these theorems. That's all. Thank you.